Hey, online crew. Welcome to today's live where I'm going to share with you just a few of the latest Instagram and Facebook updates. Every now and again, I'll do a live like this where I've done some research of, what's coming, what they're introducing, just to keep you guys up to speed. And there's, you may not have heard of it, but there's one in particular I'm going to mention today that's got everyone up in arms. So I'll get to that. So hence why I just wanted to pull a few updates together for you and keep you informed. But there's one that a lot of us are not happy about. So I'll get to that in a moment. So I'll just run through them really quickly. If you're watching the live and we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. I'm here to serve our amazing online crew of serious social sellers, entrepreneurs, network marketers, level marketing, anybody building a business online, and you want to introduce like systems and leverage the internet. My thing is ABC of social selling, which is attracting people to building a brand and influence, and then converting those to team members and customers. So that's kind of what I teach here, but in a way where we are a human before a marketer. That's something that's really, really important to me, is to be a human before a marketer. So that's my motto. So if that aligns with you, then you're in the right place. So welcome to the live. If anyone's new, just put the word down new so we can give you a special shout out. Now, just before I get into the updates, if any of you are a member of my coaching community, you absolutely want to watch the training I've just finished over there. That training is probably one of the most important trainings that you could watch. I went through how do you determine your authentic message on social media. I cannot express how important that is, but there's sort of various things that you need to think about and be prompted for to work that out. And so that was a really, really great training for any of you in my coaching community. So go and catch the recording of that. And I've got notes for you as well to follow along with. Okay, so if you're here with me live, say hello. We've got Dean, we've got Liz. Liz, tell everyone what you thought of that training, because you were on that training. And Beth, hello again, you were on that training. Good to see you on. We've got Shirley. You bring value all over the place. You're so giving. I can tell you love this. I do. I appear everywhere. Yes, changes, Christina. Nothing major except for one of them, which I'll get to in a minute. Hey, Paul, good to see you on as well. And anybody watching from Instagram or YouTube or my business page, hello as well. Okay, so some of them may be relevant to you. Some of them may not. Some of you may be Instagram users. Some of you may not. So just, take what's relevant to you. Now, the first one is messaging. So in 2020, Meta owns both Instagram and Facebook, if you're not aware of that. Meta gave us the opportunity from Instagram to message people in our Facebook contacts and actually kind of merge the messages, which was pretty good. No longer, they're stopping it. Only kind of 3 years or so down the track, they're actually stopping that feature where you can message your Facebook contacts from Instagram. So that is no longer. You can see them, but they'll just sit there and you won't be able to. So if you've got messages sitting in there that you used, you'll be able to see them, but you won't be able to continue the conversation. So that's stopping. Okay. Next one, and I tell you, watch this space. How many of you are getting the idea that AI is moving very, very, very quickly, particularly this year? There are programs popping up everywhere. There's people talking about it more than ever before. You've got to get on the AI train, because otherwise you're going to miss it and get left behind. I'm using a brand new AI tool which was launched just yesterday. Absolutely loving that. If you want to know more about that, just put AI video down in the comments and I'll share what that's all about. But what the update is obviously Meta's, I don't know whether you call it concerned, but they're obviously going to be party to a lot of people putting on their platform AI generated content. It's going to be flooded with it. So what you're going to see, so look out for it. It's not there necessarily yet, although it is with some, but this is going to grow. Meta is going to put a little, I guess you could call it, what did they call it? A label. They're going to put a little label on things that they identify as being AI generated. So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. It's just obviously Meta is keen to let their audience know when they pick up on something that's AI generated, that their audience is informed. So watch this space. So what they've actually said, we're working, so this is from Meta, we're working with industry partners on common technical standards for identifying AI content, including video and audio. In the coming months, we will label images that users post to Facebook, Instagram, and Threads when we can detect industry standard indicators, don't know what they are yet, that they are AI generated. They are currently labeling, so if you look hard enough, you might find it. We've labeled photorealistic images created using Meta AI since it was launched, so that people know that they are, so the wording is imagined with AI. So things that are created by the Meta tool, any kind of Meta tools for AI, they're actually just putting underneath. So if you think, where I've seen it is if you see somebody's sort of like profile picture and their name, and then there's like the normal post, just above it, it says imagined by AI. Most people, I think the average person would probably miss it, but just to let you know, if you see that, pop up, in the future, in the coming months, if you're embracing AI, it might be possible that your content gets labeled, generated by AI. Who knows? It's coming. Just be aware, obviously, that as we get more versed with AI, and so does everyone else, obviously Meta wants to let their audience know when things are real and when they're generated by AI. So I guess watch that space. Okay. A couple of Instagram specifically updates. Do you know, like those of you that are more of a Facebook user, in the Messenger section where all the circles are up the top and you can write your little note, like it's only about 60 or 80 characters. You know the little notes that I'm talking about? So you go into your Messenger and everyone's got a little saying underneath their name. That's called a note. So what they've done in Instagram is when you start a group chat in Instagram, they've created group notes. So it means somebody in the group in Instagram can create a little note, and everybody in the group chat gets a screen that comes up with the note. Like the example that I saw in a group chat is that somebody creates a group chat and they create a little note for the group chat that says, how are you feeling? And then this group chat on Instagram pops up, and then everyone can type in how they're feeling and everyone can see it. So it's like the notes concept that you see on Facebook, but in a group chat on Instagram, and everybody can see it and contribute to it, and you can have a little conversation with each other via the notes. I don't know whether that's going to be helpful to anybody or not, but it's a new thing. Also on Instagram, you can now theme the DMs. So if you tap the arrow button, this is how you do it if you want to play around. Instagram use, I'm just looking at the people on Instagram over here. Tap the arrow button on the top right of the feed. Tap a conversation of your choice from the chats list. Tap on the chat name at the top and you'll see the word theme. And then you can pick a theme. We've had that in Facebook, like Messenger. We can theme those. We've had that for quite a while, but now it's come over to Instagram. Okay. Instagram is also trialing. This will be interesting. Instagram is also trialing group profile. What do you call them? Accounts. So think of a Facebook group, take that over to Instagram and think of like an account that's for a group and that everyone can post on it. So one of the downfalls of, well, it's not a downfall, but something a lot of us do from Instagram is try to feed people back into Facebook groups. But what they're trialing at the moment on Instagram is kind of accounts and pages that are for groups. So then multiple people can post on it. I don't know how well it would work, but it could be an alternative to feeding somebody over to a Facebook group. So here's what they've said. We are testing the ability to join a group profile and share stories, feed posts, and reels with the group members. So people can connect with others over their interests in a dedicated space. So similar to Facebook groups, Instagram is testing its own version that enables multiple users to collaborate and share content on a single page. So watch that space. Okay. Now, this is the last one, which if you're in the know, you'll know what I'm about to say. You might not be in the know, but this is huge for those that use Facebook groups, and it's not good. So what Meta is doing is it's going to be closing down, shutting down its Facebook groups API. Now, if you don't know what that means, API is basically connecting. It enables the connection of two activities to one. So an API in a Facebook group would be like little pieces of software that enable you to post and schedule and do things within a group. Meta is cutting it off, apparently, on the 20th, I think it was the 20th or the 22nd of April. There is a date. It's April. So there are people that are majorly up in arms about this, because you think of, I don't know if you use one, but if you use a scheduling tool to post stuff in a Facebook group, supposedly when this comes in April, that will no longer work. You won't be able to do it. So there are businesses, could you imagine, there are software businesses that's their lifeblood. They have clients that they schedule content for in groups. And there's people saying, I will lose 7 years of work and over 10,000 customers over this update. This is huge. You'll see more about this if you look at kind of updates and stuff like that. This was only released a couple of days ago, and people are really up in arms about it. What I'm worried about is I schedule straight from Meta anyway, so I don't use a scheduling tool. Some of you might, but I'm doing it right now. I'm using StreamYard to broadcast on my business page, on YouTube, in my group. You might even be watching from my group. I'm on Instagram, but I'm on Instagram on my phone up here. But supposedly when this comes in, I won't be able to do what I'm doing right now, because StreamYard is a third-party tool that enables me to live stream into my group. So any of you that use something like StreamYard or BeLive TV, that's a third-party tool. So API is about third-party tools. So supposedly come April, none of us are going to be allowed to do that. So let's watch this space as we find more updates, about this. Hopefully there'll be some kind of feature or something introduced. At the moment, everybody that's affected by this is absolutely screaming and very upset. And there's a lot of people that are in the third-party software world that are absolutely devastated by this. They're going to lose, or here's another quote, those agencies, this is their entire business that they will lose. So this is huge for those businesses that have a third-party scheduling tool that connects to groups. So that's what we know as of now. There are experts in the field trying to get more answers from Meta about how this is going to work. You could only hope that by the time we get closer to April, there are workarounds. I know for myself in my business, it's handy for me to live stream in my group and my business page and YouTube at the same time on my computer. Obviously, Instagram, you guys are over there. But yeah, I'm not going to like it. So if any of you guys use that feature, it is that's where it's at the moment. So not good for those that, that's their livelihood, that's their business, the third-party tools. So as I learn more about these kind of things, I always bring them here to my sort of community. So I hope that's helpful to you guys just to be in the know. It may or may not affect you, but at least if you're aware of it, if you see these things, that you can plan for them as well. If you do have a Facebook group and that's the way it's going to be, we're all going to have to adjust. So as the time gets closer, we'll work out how to do that. Okay, so I hope that's helpful to you guys, and join me tomorrow at the same time. Bye.